Hi guys, this is Lenny here from Strong Dads, and in this video I want to talk about how you can deal with an injury to stop you from losing all those massive gains you've made in the gym or at home doing your exercises. So that horrible feeling, you get an injury, you start to feel a niggle, you start to feel some pain and you think, oh fuck, I need to stop training. You've done all this hard work, months of training, and then suddenly within a few weeks it's all gone. It's a horrible feeling, and I know the feeling. I've had a few big injuries in the past. It's not good. So I want to give you a few points here and hopefully mean that you won't make those massive regressions in your training, and just give you a few points of what you can do. So first one is easy to say, but not easy to do, and that's not to panic. So just because you get the odd niggle or that you get a niggle, you feel some pain, don't panic. I would stop doing what you're doing, but often little niggles happen, and just giving it a day or two can give it time to rest and it can settle down. Now, I would advise that you probably want to look into or think about why you were getting that in the first place, especially if it's something that's recurrent, because obviously there's something that your body's trying to tell you that you're not doing, or that you're not doing efficiently enough, that actually means that you should be doing other things that could mean that you're not going to get those injuries in the future. Obviously, if it's really severely sore and it's limiting your function, then get it assessed by someone. Get a physio to have a look. I do physio day to day, and there are patients that come in and they're worried because they've had some pain, but then it's not too bad, and by the time they see me, it's not bad at all. And I always say to them, look, it's better to come in, get assessed, because if you've got these niggles, especially as I said about ones that are recurrent, often physios can give you things to do that are going to mean that it's not going to come back in the future. Being injured often gives you a chance to work on your weaknesses. So see it as a positive. You can't do certain lifts maybe, or you can't do certain things, but actually it's kind of a wake-up call that maybe you need to do other things. Maybe you need to stretch more. Maybe you need to do some more specific rehab or strengthening exercises to support your injury. Maybe you need to look at your form on that specific exercise. So see it as a way to develop, see it as a way to get better. You need to look at what you were doing, assess that, and then think about what you can then do going forwards that means that you're going to be better, stronger, and more able to do those things that you were doing before after you get back from your injury. So the next point is keep doing something. If you've injured your upper body, you can work on legs. If you've injured your legs, you can work on the upper body. And there's a huge cross-training effect in the body just with circulation, and loads to do with mental health as well. I know I feel so much better when I've exercised than when I haven't exercised. So actually just keep doing something, because that's going to give you that mental state to keep going and to pushing forwards. Next point is a bugbear of mine. So do your rehab. The amount of patients I have that come and see me from a physio perspective, you give them things to do, they go off and they do fuck all, and then they come back in and they're whinging about the fact they're still in pain. If you're not doing the rehab exercises you've been set by your physio or by someone, then you have got no excuses. Do the stuff that you've been set. It is boring sometimes. Physio exercises are not always the most fun things. It's very easy to want to do squats and bench and deadlifts and chin-ups and all these things, but sometimes you do need to do some isolation work. I've had shoulder injuries in the past, and now I do an upper body warm-up every single time I do an upper body workout, using bands, using stretches, using mobility exercises to ensure that I'm not getting that coming back, and I haven't had pain in my shoulder for years. I know though that if I don't do those things, then it will feel sore and it will feel painful. So it's just doing the rehab and making sure that even when it gets back to being fine, you're also maintaining that over the years with some warm-ups and things like that, so that you're not getting those injuries coming back. And the last one is a difficult one, being patient. So being patient, sometimes injuries do take a while. If you do the right things, it's going to get better. And what you need to do is just make sure that it is getting better week on week. Now, it's not always going to be better. I always talk to patients about the rehab journey. People think it's just a straight line. They think that you start off injured and then gradually you get better and better and better. It's much more of a wiggly line than that. There's a great graph online somewhere about the expected journey and then the actual journey. You're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. As long as your average is getting better week on week, that's the main thing. Just make sure that you're controlling what you can do, getting good sleep, getting good nutrition, doing your rehab. If you're doing all those things, then you're going to be making the quickest progress you can. And if it's not quick enough for you, then obviously you can go and get things assessed, go and have a talk to someone, a professional about it. But ultimately, sometimes you do have to just be patient. So there you go, guys. That's a few points on how to deal with an injury. Obviously, if you've got questions about specific injuries, then just whack them in the comments below. There's not always a one-size-fits-all for injuries. You do have to be patient, as I said. You do have to just be mindful of why you've been getting those in the first place. If you work on the right things, it will get better. Don't panic. Don't worry, it will improve, but it just takes a bit of time sometimes. Hopefully, if there's any guys out there watching the video who are injured, I hope you get better soon. If you've liked this video, then give us a thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe and click the bell icon, you'll get videos, notifications for when more videos like this are coming out. I really enjoyed talking to you today, and I'll speak to you soon.